Okay, so Cissy Houston, a Grammy-winning gospel singer, and Whitney Houston's mother, dies at age 91.
Tributes are pouring in for legendary gospel singer Cissy Houston. The two-time Grammy winner and mother of Whitney Houston died yesterday in her New Jersey home at age 91. ABC's Lara Spencer takes a look back at her life and legacy.
Mrs. Cissy Houston, everybody.
While she may have given birth to the woman known as the cornerstone of what would become a family dynasty.
Nobody could touch Whitney.
I mean, I can already tell just by looking right there that there's relation to Aretha Franklin here.
As far as singing, he said, my mom's voice, and she taught Whitney everything she knew about how to use that voice.
Houston, who started singing gospel as a kid, became part of the Sweet Inspirations in the 1960s, replacing her niece, Dionne Warwick, who had left to further her solo career.
Let me know if you think that's interesting that Dion sounds like Dawn and Warwick has war in it.
The group singing backup for Otis Redding, Van Morrison.
Let me also know if you think it's interesting that Otis Redding has red in it, like red and blue states with an election next month.
Elvis Presley, and even Aretha Franklin.
Oh, 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 it's magic. Oh, 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 it's magic.
But it was her strong faith which was the centerpiece of her life. Making Whitney's foundation the church. The mother-daughter duo sharing a scene together in the movie The Preacher's Wife.
What do you think, Mrs. Abigail?
Acceptable.
Offstage serving as bodyguard, a fierce protector for her children.
I'm a fighter, okay? All right, so you bothered my kids, you done bothered me.
But heartbreak would be a hallmark of Houston's later years, burying her superstar daughter in 2012, only to be compounded by the loss of Whitney's only child, Bobby Christina, 3 years later. Cissy Houston was 91.
Me and you against the world.
All right.
Lara Spencer, thank you. Tributes are
Okay, so you know what I do over here, right? If not, if you're new here, okay, letters are equivalent to numbers, and there is a code that utilizes the English language and the alphabet we use, okay, like ABC 1, 2, 3. Also, if you run that code in reverse, with Z being 1, A being 26, and 2 reduction ciphers going both ways, okay? And it's just reduced numerology. The 10th letter and beyond, add the double digits together, and you want them all to be reduced, okay? And it's just those 4 ciphers, and then you just add up the single digits. Whitney Houston's mother dies at 91. When I put Whitney Houston's mother in the Gematrinator 85 calculator, it equals 107, just like the death date, 107, October 7. Cissy Houston died Monday morning in her New Jersey home while under hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Her daughter-in-law, Pat Houston, told the Associated Press the acclaimed gospel singer was surrounded by her family. October 7 is the 281st day of the year with the death date. Alzheimer's disease equals 281. Okay? Also, 79 like mother, 178 like gospel singer. Whitney Houston made her debut on national television when she and Cissy Houston sang a medley of Franklin hits on the Merv Griffin show. Cissy Houston sang backup on Whitney's eponymous multi-platinum first album, and the two shared the lead on I Know Him So Well from the 1987 mega seller Whitney. Okay? Freddie Garland. Oh, excuse me. Scratch that. I don't know why I have Freddie Garland in there, but scratch Freddie Garland. Look at the Merv Griffin show right there. 108. Okay? Look at today, this is trending. 108. October 8. Okay? I don't know why I think I got. That's okay. We don't need that, Freddie Garland, because you see the Merv Griffin show's got the 108 like October 8. And I guess we're scratching out that 81 right there as well. So look right over to the right, though. Whitney Houston, 72 like singer. All right? The Merv Griffin show equals 90 like singer. Okay? Again, Cissy Houston, a Grammy-winning gospel singer, and Whitney Houston's mother dies at age 91. Okay? The next number, right? So Whitney equals 85. Her mother dies October 7, the day leaving 85 days in the year. And we just had the death of Madonna's younger brother. And you see how this immediately follows. And has there been a lot of deaths? Yes, there has. Look at the release year, Whitney Houston's debut studio album. Okay, it's called Whitney Houston, I guess. Valentine's Day, 1985. Again, like Whitney equals 85. Mother dead on the day leaving 85 days. And look at that death date, 10/7. 10 plus 7 is 17. KILL equals 17. Sacrifice equals 170, like 17. Shout out Richard West out there. Here we go again with the 128. If he checks in the comments, he already knows about it, right? Richard's not going to get caught off guard. But again, I'm speaking to y'all as well if y'all are new here. And if you're basically, I think everybody's kind of abandoned me over here except for Richard West. So shout out Richard West. I'm hoping sometime we can collab. I know you're a busy person, but it would be cool if we can do like a 10-minute live or a video on this, right? Since we're seeing it and others aren't. But anyway, shout out to everybody. And look, Grammy-winning gospel singer equals 128. 128-day span from the mother's death here to the anniversary of Whitney Houston, the daughter's death. You just add the start. It's the start to the end date, because Whitney died February 11, 2012, right? So it's going to be the 13th anniversary. Okay? And you see the death date to the anniversary, 128-day span, Grammy-winning gospel singer, 128. And, they want to bring up the drug problems damaged Whitney's voice and reputation and eventually ended her life. She was found dead in a Beverly Hills bathtub on, you see, 2/11. Ooh, and that land's coming up if I forget 211, the 47th prime, I'll have to remember to bring that up. Cissy Houston would blame husband Bobby Brown for Whitney's getting so deep into drugs. It's interesting how adults aren't responsible for their own actions, right? It's interesting now how you have to be responsible for other adults, and the whole time nobody acknowledges the kids. All right, which should be the main focus, right? They distract us with all the other stuff. um Writing in the 2013 memoir Remembering Whitney, Brown acknowledged his drug problems but was dismissive of his in-laws in a 2016 interview with Larry King. Okay, so look at Whitney Houston from her last birthday, that day, August 9th, 2011. You run that date to the death date, February 11, 2012, start to end, 187-day span. If you didn't know, 187 is a murder code. And I wouldn't know that, but another puppet, Snoop Dogg, taught me that when I was a youngster. Okay? And you see Whitney Houston's death date, 211. 2 plus 11 is 13. And again, we're coming up on the 13-year anniversary of her death this next February 11, right? Look at the 8-9 birthday for Whitney Houston. Who else has that same birthday who's been trending because they're leaving the NBC Today Show or whatever it's called? Hoda Kotb, Hoda H, Houston H. And remember 89, Taylor Swift born in 89. Girls rule the mother effing world. We had the speech, Gerald Ford, if there is to be a female president, this is how it will go down. You can go look it up if you want in the Herbert Hoover Library. And that all connects with what's going on right now, right? Not saying that that's going to turn out like that, but that was in the year 1989. Gerald Ford gave the speech. Okay? So we're seeing that number a lot right now. Okay? But besides that, you see the 187-day span from her last birthday to her death date. Cissy Houston, the mother with this death now. Cissy Houston, 187. Just with the standard alphabet going forwards when you apply 1 to A, 2 to B, 3 to C, all the way down the line, and you just add it all up, 187, Cissy Houston, to go with that span with the daughter. And Whitney's daughter, and you look at the last, Madonna, highly protected. So if you look at my last decode on the death of her younger brother, barely any views, surrounded by a bunch of videos with a lot of views. Now, this is a similar story. Whitney Houston, very connected to Madonna. We're talking about like a certain era. They lump you all together. But I have a feeling this one will get a lot of views. And you can, whatever your opinion is on how that works. I have my own theories, but I can keep those to myself, right? So you see that Grammy-winning gospel singer and Whitney Houston's mother. So these are just character names, right? In addition to Whitney, the Houstons also had a son, Michael. Cissy Houston was born Emily Drinkard in Newark, New Jersey, the youngest of 8. So she would be one of 8 children, right? So we can go back over here just so I can make up for that little error I had in there with the 1 and the 8, right? You can cancel out the Freddie Garland, which, I don't know, I must have had a mishap earlier, but we still have that the Merv Griffin show 108. You see that? And this is trending 108, 10/8, October 8. So 1 of 8. Okay? Okay, so notice Drinkard. I'm surprised they didn't say she was an alcoholic. You do get D, and I'll show you because we have a side connection, which is more than a side connection coming up because all of this stuff happens for a reason. Things balance, they take energy from one character to keep another character around, and it all is supposed to balance in the end. That's what keeps everything the same, and we never grow in this world, okay? But you see the name Emily Drinkard. Drinkard equals 137 like Cissy Houston. The stage name, 79 like Mother, 43 like New Jersey, the place of death, and it looks like, Newark, where she's born here, Newark, New Jersey, also. Alzheimer's disease, that's what they say she's battling with. 79 like Drinkard, 79 like Mother. Uh, I don't know, like, it's just hard when we do these because the algorithm's just ridiculous, right? Murder and morgue equals 79, okay? And I want you to know, you see the 137, Cissy Houston and Drinkard? Uh, Supposedly the real name. And look, it was born Emily, Eminem trending because he's got some positive story with his daughter giving birth. Think about it. I told you the balance, and you can have your own opinion on how that balance is. Remember Madonna, highly protected. This is a similar story, but you see kind of like the duality with the characters, white and black. See? So we'll see um how it plays out with the views on this one. Watch it pop. Remember, they want you to think that Diddy runs the world. As Charlie Sheen, a similar character, not 100%, but similar, scot free, well loved, everyone loves him, right? Think about it. Cissy equals 33, you see that? The 33rd prime number is 137. So you see Drinkard 137, Cissy Houston 137. She's born in 1933. Okay? Again, Cissy Houston died Monday morning in her New Jersey home while under hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Her daughter-in-law, Pat Houston, again told the AP the acclaimed gospel singer was surrounded by her family. Now, here's another angle that shows you how everything's connected and everything balances in the end. I wasn't aware of this. This is just a pick. I didn't look real deep into it. Aretha Franklin. Is this a song? You make me feel like a natural woman. Well, I hope so. And why do I have to make you feel like a natural woman? But anyways, what does that sound like? That is also trending, and I just did the decode a few days ago. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I feel like a woman. Shania Twain. Why did they put man with the exclamation? Again, you see the one eye symbolism, and that's not even what I am here to do. But think about it. Man, I feel like a woman. Oh, this is Aretha Franklin. Okay. So that's interesting because at first I was thinking, I might have to break away and look real quick because Aretha Franklin connected here, and that's just another level of connections, right? Because I almost earlier was like, man, they got to be related. And remember, Drake had the Kendrick diss? Family matters. It's all in the family, right? And you know what's interesting? Isn't Kendrick's wife or girlfriend named Whitney? Oh, it's magic. Oh. So I do want to go over here real quick though. Let me turn the mouse on. And we'll open up a tab right here. Hopefully I don't hit stop on accident, like for real. Man, I feel like a natural woman. Okay, it is Aretha Franklin right here, but Aretha Franklin, and look at right down below. Isn't that interesting? Shania. And let me do this. How did Aretha Franklin know Cissy Houston? And these are all stage names, okay? So let me click right here. She wasn't at least by blood. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You like how they say that right away? Aretha was. Are you going to pick up the pieces or what? They lay it out there. Do you just believe what you're told? And look, Dion like Dawn, watch how that comes into play. Aretha was either her honorary aunt. Look at that. Depending on which story. Depending on which story you read. Okay? Back over here. So you see that, right? And that's interesting. Very, because Shania, see, trending with the people's choice. And again, you get the white and the black and the balance, but it's not really balance because I'm not really seeing the negative stories with the whites. Okay? I'm a mixed race. I'm not here to really talk about it like that. I'm not going to sweep it under the rug when I see what I see because I don't see no negative stories with with Charlie Sheen, Eminem, Shania Twain. But I'm seeing the downfall of the black celebrity. And I'm going to be honest, that pisses me off because I don't like deception. Okay? That pisses me off. I'm good though. You want the side connection? Houston equals 112 like Donald. Okay? And look at that. Houston 32, Donald 23. Houston's got 77 like United States. Who's going to be the upcoming fall selected president? Look at the 31, Houston and Donald as well. And remember, back we can go back here now. And why are they together? Whitney and Donald. We'll get into that a little bit, but let me go back here now so we can get caught up here with some of these other things. Remember right here, Cissy, and let me get this out of the way. Cissy, like San Francisco, named after Pope Francis of Assisi, right? Who's out of the Bay Area, San Francisco? Kamala Harris, Houston. Okay, look at the 33rd prime, 137. Trump attempted assassinated the first time, the 13th day of the 7th month. And again, Cissy equals 33. The original born last name, 137. Cissy Houston, 137. Okay, and I think and remember Whitney, dead, 211, the 47th prime number. Okay, and look at remember the 89 with Kamala. We brought that up earlier. I mean, so you see how everything it connects every which way, right? And look, Franklin, wasn't there a president named Franklin? Or a forefather or whatever connected to the United States. You see? You see? Right? However, you see what I mean? And Houston, I'm sure there's more with that. You understand? Like, it's like, okay, so Cissy Houston dies 7 days after her birthday on the 7th of October. Look at this. Cissy Houston, a 2-time Grammy-winning soul and gospel artist who sang with Aretha Franklin, Elvis Presley. Look, Presley like president. And I mean, look at this. And other stars and new triumph like Trump and heartbreak. Heartbreak. Remember that album that released on Valentine's Day? The self-titled Whitney Houston album? Again, dead at 91, triumph like Trump. 7-decade career in music, dead on the 7th, 7 days after the birthday. All right? And remember, 10 plus 7 is 17, kill equals 17. Look at that right there, Getty Images. Look at Whitney. Is that Whitney? I don't know who, unfortunately, I don't know who's over on the opposite side of Cissy there. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe I should know, but whatever. And remember, they say there's a death with Whitney's daughter as well. I need to maybe go Google that if I remember. But you see this connection with Trump. And remember, United States equals 77. Trump was just 77 years old before his last birthday. And they don't verify. This is all I found here. Donald Trump, Whitney Houston, and Cissy Houston posing for a group photo. San Francisco, California. Like Cissy Houston. Like Kamala Harris out of the Bay Area. Like San Francisco. Right? And look, for real. Gospel singer is Cissy Houston, Grammy-winning gospel singer equals Trump's birthday. 146, 14th day of the 6th month. And remember, Trump born in the year 46. Y'all, look at that's near perfect. Gospel 25 like Trump. 88 like Trump. 29 like Trump. 74, and you get the reflection 47 with Trump. Remember Whitney dead? 211, the 47th prime number. 47 date numerology. On what would have been, oh yeah, her last birthday before her death, Cissy. 47 date numerology. And then on the death date, 25 numerology. Who's going to be the president in the year 25? The false selected president. If it even goes down, right? Remember, the election is on 11/5. Killing equals 115, like 11/5. Masonic equals 115, like 11/5. So, New Jersey equals 47. Okay? Born, look, died Monday morning in her New Jersey home. Okay? While under hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Right? Surrounded by the family. And again, a member of the family is the authority here with the information. Right? Mother equals 29, just like Trump. Okay? And look at this last birthday for Cissy Houston, the mother. The day leaving 92 days. Right? So you get the duality there. You just look right to left. You see the 2 and the 9. And the upcoming, who's going to be the president in 25? How long is the term? 4 years? You see? Do the math. Right? So, and then it's going to be, are we going to have another selection with, upcoming as we, that's still a long ways away, but you see how it all lands. So that 7 days after the birthday with the death, an 8-day span if you include the birthday and you go to the death date. And how many stories do we cover where they die right around their birthday? Oh, a hell of a lot, right? You add the birthday date, run it to the death date, an 8-day span, like Trump equals 88. Look at the death date, 10/7, 0 is 0. Numerology rules. So 1 plus 7, 8. And remember, kill equals 17, sacrifice 170 like 17. Look at the year we're in with the death, 2024. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. And look at the length of this video, 49 seconds. Kamala Harris equals 49. She's the 49th vice president. Vice president equals 149. And this character looks like Sin Marshall, Michelle Obama's mom that died recently, who looks identical to the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks who were in the NBA Finals. Sin Marshall, Cissy Houston, Marshall like Mathers. They said she was born Emily like Eminem. Haley Jade trending with that birth. Now we get this death. Haley like Houston. Okay? You see how Sin Marshall, the Dallas Mavericks CEO, remember, girls rule the mother effing world, who founded the Dallas Mavericks? Donald Carter. Okay? Look, Cissy Houston, Sin Marshall. Right? Now let me show you. I mean, no, we don't need to break away. We're good.
Acclaimed gospel singer Cissy Houston, who was the mother of the late great singer Whitney Houston, has died. She was 90.
And I'm sure Eminem has mentioned Whitney and Bobby plenty of times in his music. And again, the underlining racism is a bunch of BS. It's the way they do it is disgusting. As at the same time they deceive the masses by, again, just lying to them. Oh, we're gonna fix things just because there's a selection around the corner. They ain't fixing nothing. If anything, they're just gonna kick it all up again as time moves on and history repeats, right?
91.
'Cause you were always on my mind.
I'm doing another trending story right now that'll be the next decode. The Michigan State University Spartan player who is raising his siblings now because his mother died. And again, sympathy, because it's again more downfall for the black community, and it's just a crock, isn't it? Right? Because we don't really know what's happening here, but I see through this stuff, okay? And anyways, there's 19s and 91s all over that story.
Well, the Newark, New Jersey native was a backup singer for legendary artists like Otis Redding, Elvis Presley, Aretha Franklin, Chaka Khan, and her own niece Dionne Warwick. During Houston's more than 70-year...
Remember, Dion like Dawn, Warwick like war. Think about it.
career, she won 2 Grammy Awards and recorded more than 600 songs.
Hey, I just noticed something. Does Whitney have the bandana kind of like Tupac there?
Her only daughter, Whitney, tragically
Is it?
died back in
I don't know if that's a bandana, but I get like Tupac vibes, which is interesting.
2012. In a statement, Houston's family said that she died at home while undergoing hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Acclaimed gospel.
That's going to be the thumbnail. Okay, I'm just gonna glance. Look at New Jersey's got 119, like 19, and again dead at age 91. Look at Grammy-winning gospel singer 313, like the Detroit area code. Remember the name Born Emily, like Eminem, who was in the Stanley Cup Finals but lost. Edmonton, like Eminem. Stanley Cup Finals, like Stan. My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. Remember Eminem's album dropped, The Death of Slim Shady? Rapper Enchanting died right around, all the talk with that album. Enchanting, Eminem. Enchanting, the female rapper. 1017, like Gucci Mane. Eminem's birthday, 10/17, October 17, right? Right around the corner now, huh? Like 17. That doesn't mean that you're going to find stories with the mother and Eminem. It means everything's scripted. You're lumped together, okay? Kind of like if you ever go to jail or prison, they're the ones who dictate the divide, and it exposes on another level the fake world that we are in, y'all. Dead on a 16 and 61 numerology. John equals 16 and 61, like Donald John Trump. And there's going to be more, but we don't have to. I don't think we need to do more, y'all. But I do want to look at Bobby Christina real quick. And if I do hit stop on accident, we're good, right? Bobby Christina dated death. Look at that. Wow. The reason why I say wow, okay? 7/26, July 26. 7 plus 26 is 33. Remember, Cissy equals 33, and the 33rd prime 137 with the Trump connection. And we had two 137s straight up with this decode, didn't we? Wow. Christina like K like Kamala, B Bobby Brown, B like Biden. And if Richard West happens to be viewing this at this point, that's the Sinead O'Connor death date. Okay? And again, that's wow on another level. And again, we need to get together and do it. I'll set it up, Richard. We need to do like a quick 10-minute video that we can post on StreamYard, because that's your 128 connection, because Sinead O'Connor born 12/8, 128, and we saw the 128 here. And now we see that connection that just shows everything's fake once again, because now we get the Sinead O'Connor death date. Sinead O'Connor is going to be connected here. You see what I'm saying? It's all this, it's an era, okay? You're lumped and bunched in groups. Look at the birth date. 4th day of the 3rd month, killing equals 43. Born March 4th, 3/4, right? Murder and morgue equal 34. Okay, look, dead. So this is Whitney's daughter? Maybe that was her in the pic earlier. I don't know. It's who knows? But anyways, look. Wow. Look at this. Dead in the 7th month. Okay? Cissy Houston dead 7 days after her own birthday on the 7th. And remember, they said a 7-decade career. I think that's what they said earlier, right? It's a lot of years, isn't it? I think that's what they said earlier. Bobby Brown's birthday? So you're
February 5th, 1969. According to
25, like Trump
IMDb,
equals
Bobby
25,
Brown was
huh?
born on February 5th, 1969 in Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
Remember, Trump equals 25, and we had 25s earlier. But look, you're telling me Whitney Houston died 6 days after Bobby Brown's birthday? A 7-day span when you include the start to end? When Cissy Houston dies 7 days after her birthday on the 7th of October with that 7-decade career? Is that what you're telling me here? I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. And there's probably something else going on with Houston right now, y'all. But I'll leave the scraps for the negative decoders out there. And if they are viewing this, they definitely ain't gonna mention my name, especially after this, right? Appreciate y'all. There's always more, okay? They gave us paragraph after paragraph of the script. Okay? Sympathy if this did go down, which it looks like it went down, right? Sympathy, right? And I mean, look up there. I don't know who Shams Sharania is, but isn't Kamala's mom's name Shamala? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is, right? And then you see Vince McMahon, like the opposite of Diddy, and finally they talk about Vince Diddy. I mean, that might have been a stretch. But anyways, it's no laughing matter. Cissy, like San Francisco. Think about Cissy. Think about other meanings maybe spelt differently. And remember Madonna's younger brother, Dead, and he was Gay. And I don't care, but they wanted us to know. Remember the Olympics in Paris, like Harris, like Kamala? You know, remember the train station stories, right? With the boxers. Okay? So shout out to y'all. Undeniable. Cissy Houston Grammy Award, or Grammy-winning gospel singer. And Whitney Houston's mother, dead at 91. Appreciate y'all. Positive energy counters negative energy. Until next time.